Hi guys, welcome back to Let It Out with Sadiq. Our guest today is a pro tennis player, WTA player, Sada Nahimana. Hi Sada, welcome to the show.
Yes, hi Sadiq, thank you.
For our viewers that do not know who you are, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Sada Nahimana. I'm from Burundi and I'm a tennis player.
Again, thanks for being here, Sada.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
Sada, I don't even know where to start from, but there's a lot I want to talk about, right? You are a big face in African tennis. You will be competing in your first senior Grand Slam. Played top 12 in the world ITF Junior. Uh, Currently number three player in Africa. A lot of achievements. Won the futures in Nigeria at the age of 19. Won the 250K in Burundi recently. One, oh my God, there's so much I want to talk about. But before we get into all of this, how did you start tennis?
Uh,
Like that first memory of you, like
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I had so much energy as a kid that,
yeah.
yeah, I started with my dad. He's a tennis coach, and he was coaching my brother at the
Yeah.
time. And so we're just going to the club with my sister. And it was not fun because, like, just seeing how tough he was on him and how serious it was. And yeah, I was just following my sister. She wasn't into it. But yeah, I don't know. I think a few years, like when I was around, 6, 7, 8, that's when I really started seriously. And I had like my friends there. I don't know if I think some players might know Aisha Nyonkuru.
Aisha.
Aisha,
I
yeah,
think I've heard of her.
yeah. So we played, we were, almost the same age. I was a bit older, but yeah, so she was like my competition. She was beating me. And so yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And just being at the club, and I wasn't really going to school.
At that age, during that time, what was it like? What did you envision? Did you envision you to be like Sada, do you see yourself being the world number 12 junior at that time, or you were just doing it all for fun, or
I
you
don't
had a
know.
plan? It's like, you know what, I want to conquer the world.
Yeah, I think there's a story behind that, and
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always wanted to share. It's like, so when I was young, for me, like growing up in Burundi and where I came, it was like, I grew up from a poor background and stuff. And it was really tough for me to envision what I wanted to do because everyone around, I didn't get like models, to
You didn't
copy
see
someone. No,
yeah,
I didn't
see
see. It
someone
was,
there achieve that
yeah,
already that you
exactly.
wanna.
I didn't see that, and it was always like, I, I always like, for me it was like everyone, like my sisters or my cousins, they all like went to school, and the school wasn't really great. They didn't become somebody. They just like, after you have to take care of your life, they all got married, so and that was going to be my life. And so it's kind of like, after when I was playing, I just wanted to travel. I wanted to travel. I wanted to, to get out of there. And so, but then I had like at the club, there were like guys I was looking up to, like they're all like here, Saidi, Shabani, and all that. They used to play. So it was like, they were big, they were playing, they were hitting the ball, how they were feeling it, So like when I would go with my friends, we would be hitting
that.
like them and stuff, just for fun. But I didn't watch tennis on TV.
Really?
Didn't have access to that. No.
Wow. Okay.
So for me, it's like I didn't really have a vision or anything. I just wanted to get out of like, where I grew up, and and I wanted something different for sure. I didn't want to get married at 17 or.
Yeah.
So.
But I must say you did that. You did more than that.
Yes.
Sada, during your junior days, you were from Burundi. During your junior days, where did you? Who is responsible for the development of Sada? Is it Burundi or is it the ITF Center?
I would say it's both. It's both
yeah.
because I was under the Federation of Burundi, and they were signing papers for me to go to the ITF, and you know, for visas and stuff. So yeah, I would say both, but mostly, yeah, to the center, you know, like I had a lot of access to, you know, a lot than other players had. And so I had the chances to like, to travel with the ITF teams, to play Grand Slams, and everything was covered, you know, and I didn't have to worry about money or financial or, you know, coaching or anything, you know, so that was like pressure off my shoulders, you know, especially for my parents. Them, they were like, oh, she's good, you know.
Like, just like you're right, there are other young players in Burundi, a lot of your friends Aisha and all of that. How did you make it to the ITF center?
And I think when at the time there was the ITF center in Burundi, actually.
Oh, really?
Because the ITF center moved to Nairobi. We had a East African center.
East Africa,
Yeah, and they actually didn't choose me to enter in the center
the
at
one
the time.
in Burundi, you were not part of the center?
I was not part. I mean, Aisha and those, you know, they were always, she was always better than me. And we would play, she was beating me, and I guess they wanted maybe one girl, or and there was Mariam also, another one who was older than us. And then after, so I didn't go to the center, but then there was under 12 tournament, and so there was always this lady, Cassie, who was helping my brother, who eventually helped me. She lives in Nairobi, but she's American. And she just took a video of me and sent it to the ITF. And the ITF was like, it's not possible. She's from Burundi, and her brother is a top African player. I mean, even if she's not good, you know, but she's a sister of a guy who's good, so potentially, you know, in the future. So that was the case. And then they were like, okay, they'll put me in the center, but we were like, no, we don't want this center. We want to go to Morocco, and so that's how I went to Morocco.
You were never in the one in South Africa?
No, that was after when they moved
to Morocco.
So I was one of the first ones there, and I was super young, and I wasn't the best. There were a lot of like the North African girls that were way better than me.
But I must say, what a journey! But you dominated junior circuit, won pretty much all the African Junior Championship, 4 or 5 African Junior Championship, played top 12 juniors. What does it take to get to that level? How did you do it?
I feel like it's like personally for me, it's of course my family always motivates me, you know, like coming from where I grew up, and and for me it's like already being away from Burundi, for me it was like was a big opportunity for me already, you know, just living, you know, and I mean, my mom she's never been in the plane, or my dad, you know, so for me it was like, it was good achievement, and you know, so I just kept going, and but I guess for everyone it's like you need to have something stronger than you know, something that you
source of motivation.
Source of motivation, and for me it's always that, you know, and that's what keeps me every day, like even now.
Well, talking about that, being the world number 12 junior, you played in pretty much all the Grand Slams, US Open, Australian Open, all of the junior Grand Slam. At that level, did you ever feel like, wait, I accomplished everything?
Honestly, no, I never. It was cool, of course, to, you know, being a black girl from Africa, you know, you're the only one, you know, in the draw, and you see all these white girls, a lot of them. At some point, you know, for me, I was feeling shy, you know.
So I was feeling shy.
I was actually shy.
But
I was shy.
But you've been traveling, you've been around their midst, you've seen that you guys have played in maybe tournaments together and all of that, or still?
No, it's only the last year I was not shy anymore, but all this time I was shy. You know, you see all these European girls, you know, they have like all, you know, they have a big team around them, they have like all these sponsors and stuff, you know. They know what they're here for. Me, I was just there. I'm like,
they know what they're here for.
You know, I mean, for me it was cool, it was fun, you know, but then, yeah, it's just that. And I feel like also this is the difference, you know, when we go into there, we always like, we're scared of them, just that, you know, just their presence is just like, you know.
That confident, like just.
Yeah, but when I'm there, I'm so shy.
Oh my God. During the juniors, like with that, so you are one of those top players, and we do have a lot of female that plays, right? A lot of just male and female, but very few. Africa is super huge, big, a lot of country, a lot of people. But what do you think is the problem, or what do you think, I would say, not the problem, but what do you think stops a lot of Africans from competing at that top level in the junior category?
In the junior category,
I mean, all category, but you know, like just in general, you know, WTA, juniors, and all of that.
I would say first, it's lack of tournaments. We don't have enough tournaments in Africa. I mean, in general, we don't have, you know, and so, and then another factor is like, financial, you know, it's you cannot compare. You can't compare, like, I don't know, for example, if I have to compare big federation like France to, it's impossible to compare, you know. It's just like they always have kids because they always have like foundation. They all, you know, they have a lot of, they have a lot of competition. They have, you know, they have so many resources, you know. But then for us in Africa, yes, we don't have that. We don't have that. And as like, for me also, the opportunity I had to, when I was in Morocco, is like to have the access to go to Europe easier, you know, and to play more tournaments there. And also in North Africa, just they have a lot of tournaments. There's always something going on, you know, as where we are, you know, down there, there is no tournament. And it's so expensive to live there, you know, like from, for example, from Nigeria to go to, I don't know, Tunisia or something is so expensive for me.
It is.
Traveling in Africa is so expensive.
There's someone was saying like traveling within Africa compared to traveling within Europe, it's like 10 times the difference. Like it costs so much to travel within Africa than Europe. Sada, junior, this thing, I'm still around. I still want to talk a lot about your junior achievement and all of that. All of these Grand Slams you played, which was your favorite and why?
That's a good question. I would say in the juniors.
Yeah, in the juniors.
I would say pretty much Australia and Wimbledon, just because they take a bit more care of the juniors, you know, in terms of like we have, I mean, we get to see the pros more, like where the juniors were, like where they have their own place, you know. It's like it's in Australia you have like it's where the pros, they train indoors, you know, for the night session and stuff. So we get to watch them practice all the time. And in Wimbledon it's like everything is so open as well, you know. We get to hang out with them, even sometimes they come into the locker room and stuff. And I would say actually pretty much all Grand Slams, you know. But then me, I would say in terms of like tennis-wise, I like to play on clay, so I would say French Open, you know. Just because I enjoy the clay, and I played all my life on clay. So, yes.
Sada, you had a great junior career, you know. Like I say, top 12. It's not, you know, it's not a joke. You know, it's huge. But off junior, during that junior year, final year, did you consider going to college to play college tennis, or you've always wanted to go pro?
Yes, obviously, the year of my last year, it was super tough because of the COVID hit, and yes, but also I think I was considering to go to college anyway. I had the ITF fund. They gave me 25,000, and this year it was my last year of juniors. So the goal was kind of to be like to try and play pro and transition into that. And it didn't do bad. I won my first pro title in Nigeria.
I would get to that.
The 25, and which was super good for me and for my confidence, and so it was like okay. But then after it's like okay, I won this tournament, you know. It's a bit of money, but then it's not money for me to go pro, you know. And during COVID, it's like there was nothing, and I mean, I signed with university. And already a year before, I was talking to schools, and
Looking back at it for a junior player that's that top level, what would you advise them? Would you advise them to go through the college route, or they should go through the pro, like go straight to the pro for a younger player that wants to really play?
I feel like now, I mean, before when I was playing, it was like a lot of people, a lot of players, they didn't make it after college, you know, if you look at the percentage or something.
Yeah.
But then now it's more and more, really,
more,
it's,
yeah,
so
it's
it's more
getting
and more.
bigger, yeah.
Yeah, it's getting big, you know, and also
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get paid in school
In
now,
schools,
and
yeah.
you have a number of tournaments you get to play
Yeah,
while
yeah.
you're in school. So I would say it's good to get both. Why not, you know,
Yeah.
education and
Still
yeah,
get
also
the
you
chance
get
to-
also you get practice even after school. School still
yeah.
supports you in a way,
Yeah.
you know, and you
I
can
know.
still train there. And
I know. I was gonna say. I know some schools actually pay for you to go to tournament off season.
Wow,
Some
yeah.
schools, yeah.
yeah, but I mean, for me, when I signed with the university, I didn't have this deal, you know, so
Yeah.
it's like,
It's
but then
tougher.
yeah, it's tougher. But then also you have some that make it, you know, if you really want it, I guess, you know,
You
there is
go for
always
it.
yeah.
Straight up from junior, I think you were still 18 then. You won the Lagos championship in Lagos. ITF 15K, 25K, I think.
Yeah.
The first African to do that, if I'm not mistaken. Actually that was the first time I heard about you.
I
After
didn't
winning,
know.
no, I mean, that was the first time I was confessed.
Yeah.
But you won that tournament, so I was here. I was like, wow, she's Africa. So that that energy, that excitement from everyone, because a lot of times these European Americans, they come down there and win the tournament. So having to see African win that was just like a dream come true for the country, for the fans, the crowd. Like since one of them, like their color winning this tournament, I must be honest, it's so huge. It's so exciting for all of those guys. But to you as the player, what was that feeling like winning that tournament?
For me, it was insane. It was amazing because it was my first pro title, and I mean, also to do it in Nigeria, in front of a lot of people, and there were a lot of people that came to watch, and they were supporting me, and it was a really intense match. We played for so long. It was super hot, and yeah, for me it was really amazing, and it was a way for me to to give me a bit of confidence. I can make it. There is a chance. So
yeah. So after that, of course, COVID happened. But during that time after your junior career, what took you to the next level? What would you say? What was the big thing that's like, what? My junior career is over. I just won a Futures Pro tournament in Nigeria. What was the next step after that for Sada?
I mean, already this year for me, it was like my last year. It was like I'm not going to play a lot of junior tournaments. I'll try to play pros and play the Grand Slams. And just the week before, of course, I need to be able to keep my ranking and stuff.
Yes.
So that was kind of like my mindset. It was like I'm finishing juniors. I'm not going to be here for long.
Yeah.
So that was kind of it for me, and it was just like. But then after when the COVID hit, it was like I couldn't do anything. I was doing well, I had like a momentum going.
Yeah.
But then after it was like also I needed to finish my high school, and I needed to finish my high school. So it was a bit of time for me to chill and to reflect, what's my next move, which was tough, and by that time I was stuck at the center. I was stuck and we couldn't really do anything, and
So but you did currently 225, top 225 in the world, playing in your, if I'm not mistaken, your first senior Grand Slam this next week. Before then, you won your first WTA match a couple months ago in Morocco. Tell me about that. How was it?
Oh my God.
You know what? Let's bring it back a little bit.
I don't know.
Let's bring it back a little bit. Let's just get to that. You won 2 back-to-back challenger in your home country. Yeah. Similar to Nigeria, I see videos. I see like how people are going crazy, the home crowd support, and then just doing it back-to-back.
Yeah.
what was it like? What was going on in your mind as a player? Like before the tournament, did you know that you were going to win those tournaments?
No, it's the third time they put this tournament at home, and this time what was like, I'm not going, because every time when the tournament is there,
Yeah.
I choke. I literally choke. I cannot hit a forehand, and it's like I feel so bad. I hate tennis. It's in terms of like, I hit a ball, I don't want to miss, and it's like, I stress so much and I can't breathe, and it's like, I don't want to be here. The first year they brought this tournament, I made it to the finals, but every time it's like, I want to stop, I don't want to play, you know. It's like, I just can't breathe, I can't hit, my shots don't go. It's like, really, it's so bad. And last year it was just like, okay, I will just try to play, and I don't care, you know. But then it was horrible. And this year it's like, this year was a 50. Before it was 25. Then they changed 35, and then this year was a 50. It was like, I'm not going. And just so with my coach, it was just like, I didn't even go with the mindset to win. It was just like to play free, to play my tennis, and just to have the mentality of like, when I play in Europe, you know, it's like, no one cares about me. No one cares if I win or lose, you know. And it's like, at home it should be the same, because none of the people who coming to watch me, they don't fund my tennis, they don't fund anything, so they're just there to watch me play and to be, you know, just to have a good time, you know. So that was kind of like, my mentality. Even during like the practice sessions, I was like, I was getting so frustrated because I was playing so bad, and
do I want to do this?
Exactly, you know, I was playing so bad. And I was telling my coach, I'm like, what the hell? What am I doing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, don't you get that spirit like, nah, house I did, man. You know, like that feeling like I'm home, like it's whatever is going to happen, we die here.
Yeah, no, really.
Oh, man.
But then, I had like, so for me, it's like this year I went with my coach that I work with, and it was just like to have a source of like support, you know, someone
you can look,
I can look at, you know, because I know so many people in the stadium watching me play. It's like, I don't know who to look. Sometimes I look there, sometimes I look, but then now it's like, I know my coach is sitting there. After the point, I'll look at him, you know, or something, you know, if I need something, and now there is coaching, you know, I can ask for something. And I had, just before the tournament, I was speaking to like my really good friends, and they were just like, oh yeah, when you're playing in juniors, you know, you are like, you know, you are enjoying, you are running everywhere, you're just playing, you know, why don't you just play, you know, it's okay. And so that was it, you know, every match it was like when I was winning, and already like when it got to like semifinals, I was crying. I was like, oh my god. But then just in terms of like, I was playing good tennis, I was feeling well, you know.
Pressure or what?
Yes, but then less. I almost like, I don't know how I did, but I kind of like blocked everyone watching me, you know, and I was having fun. For me, it's like, I like to do slides, drop shot, you know, I like to play around. So for me, it was like, I was doing that. Even in the final, it was during Laid, you know, I'm Muslim, it was on a Sunday. And in the morning, my mom was like, let's go pray. And we just went to pray, and I was just having fun, seeing everyone dressed up so nice. And I wasn't even thinking about the match, you know.
Wait, like the match was, the final was on Eid day?
Yeah, it was on Sunday, it was on Eid day. I went to pray this day, and I was
you didn't even think about the final?
No, I didn't, you know, I woke up early, I went to watch, the final was at 12, and so we went to pray, and I was just looking at everyone, you know, in Eid where everyone, you get new clothes, and you're so excited, you know. My sister was so excited, so I was just looking at everyone, how well they were dressed, you know, they were so nice, everyone was so happy. And and I just went on the court, and I was just super happy. I was really, my mind was free, and you know, and then I won 1-1 to a girl that I lost to before, you know, like in France and stuff. But then also I would say the crowd was really cheering for me. It's not easy. It's not easy. So, but then after, I didn't feel the emotions yet. But then like a day later, I was like, oh my god, I just won the tournament. I don't believe. Really?
You just feel like, did I just win this?
Really. And then after, like, it was nice just, you know, to see they brought like drums. There was, you know, on the court, and there was a party. There was like free drinks, refill, but it was alcohol. But anyway, after final, I went with my sister to the beach because it was Eid day. You know? She got dressed again. We went, and no, it was nice. I was just, this time I felt also, also where I came from, I really felt strong, you know. My culture, and yes.
Sada, talking about all of this, like how you're able to, is there any pre-match routine that you do that ups with all of these emotions, the nervousness and all of that before a match? I mean, not just this final that's on a Eid day, but you're in somewhere in Europe playing a tournament. You play before you go on a court. What do you do? How do you overcome all of those pressure?
Obviously, like I have my game plan before I go to sleep, and then in the morning it's kind of like when I wake up, I just I prepare my stuff, and I look again, you know, I always write it down, and then after I would meditate, you know, I would just breathe, close my eyes, and just try to relax. And yes, and then when I'll go to the club, it's like I'll do my warm-up, my routine. After I'll go change, I'll go sit some quiet place and just do my grips, and you know, just try to enjoy my time, you know, my time to get ready. And yes, and then after I make sure to, you know, to do physical warm-up before, and and get on the court.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I would hear and then listen to some Burna Boy.
Honestly, I don't have.
You don't do music like some. I know some players, they like to, you know, listen to music. Like,
I listen to music, but I don't have like one song that I listen to. You know, it depends with the mood. Sometimes I'll be listening to, I don't know, dancehall, reggae, or something. Sometimes I don't know, Swahili music.
But so we're moving. Couple months later, is it up to 2 months? You played your first WTA.
Yeah.
Around there, maybe 2 or less. But you played your first WTA, won your first WTA match in Morocco, the same country. You lived there for a few years and all of that. What does that feel like? What did it feel like winning that match, playing you're at that level already, but winning on a different level? What does it feel like?
Honestly, for me, it felt like any tournament. It didn't really feel anything, you know. It's just, I won my WTA match, which is like, I never won, of course, at that high level. But it felt okay because I came from qualifying. I qualified. I played.
I thought you got a wild card into the tournament.
No, I did. They don't give us wild cards. Sorry to say, but nah. It was
for a minute, I thought you got a wild card into the actual tournament. Being that it's in Africa, you know, you're like the top Africa player.
They don't give wild cards there.
Really?
They give obviously to the Moroccans, and then they give to, I don't know, to some juniors from Europe, from the USA, but they don't give us.
Did you ask?
When I was at the center, I got a qualis wild card. Qualifying.
Tournament?
Yeah, qualifying. But then when I last year, I actually had the ranking to enter into the qualis, but I forgot to enter the tournament. I asked them to give me a qualis wildcard. They refused. And they give to, I don't know how they give the wildcards to, but of course the priority is the Moroccans, you know. But then but then they didn't give me a wildcard. And then this year it's kind of like, I never ask anymore. I just stopped asking, and I played qualis, and I won my first match. I won my first match, and then I won my second match. It was super tough, you know, final set like 6-4. And then I got into the main draw. I played a wildcard Moroccan. And I won. And yeah, even the second match that I played, for me, I played a top 100 player, and of course, I want more. I want to win. I'm there. I'm on a mission. And I want to get to top 100 and stuff.
Yeah.
But then also like we got close. I lost in 3 sets. But yeah, so going back to the wild cards, it's like in Burundi, for example, or in Nigeria or anywhere, normally the priority is to give to the local players, and then you have like the regional players, and then Africans, Burundi is the same, there's an American girl who's really good, like we don't care. We give to Rwandese player, even if she's going to do 6-0, we give it to her.
So you encourage the local players.
Yeah,
and all of
but
that.
then I don't know if it's also the image that you're playing at big tournaments. They want to give to big players, but then you have like a lot of players in Africa. Like you have Angie, you have other Egyptians players that are really good. And they're going. It's the opportunity to show the world to do something, but we don't get this opportunity, and it's a shame because it's in our continent. It's the only WTA, big WTA, and
winning, but for the record, you never got any wild card. Played in the men callies to the men draw and all of that. After playing all of those matches, played in the men draw, winning the men draw, and won in the men draw and all of that. What did you feel like? What did you feel like? Did you feel like you belong to that level, like that top 100 player? Did you feel like that? Like, you know what? I belong to this level of tennis.
Yes, honestly, it's tough, for me, or not only for me, but for all us Africans, we always have this kind of pressure that we are holding, and we are all the same. And for me, it's just like when I go on the court, it's like I have this stress, this pressure, but then being there, it's kind of like I can do it, and it's also there are a lot of things that shows that we are super strong, a lot of us, we left home when we were super young to live alone, to make a life for ourselves. I mean, I'm 24 years old, living alone, in France, with our family. I mean, I've been doing it for a while, if you see, it's like, oh shit, you are strong. But then when I go play, I'm so scared.
I'm so scared.
I don't know.
I'm so scared.
I'm so scared. It's like, for a long time, Sadiq, I'm telling you, I want to play Grand Slam. I want to play Grand Slam. And I go on the court. You should see me. My ball, I so I can hit a ball. I'm so stressed. I start to push the ball, It's like...
I would be honest, just like you, right?
Yeah.
There are other African players that are going through the same thing. But how do you overcome that?
I'm still trying, and I do believe, like, the people around me, they all believe in me, but then it has to come from me, and I'm trying to really learn, with my coach, we have this thing, it's like, you have nothing to prove, you have nothing to prove, and it's at the end of the day, you have to keep it a game, it's still a game, it's still a game that we play, which a game that has a lot of money and has a lot of, way, I don't know, to help your life or something. But for me, I'm just trying to have my... like, something like to ground me, it's like, who am I when I play, something that says to me, I believe I'm super calm, and on the court, it's just like to be calm, but then to be open-minded, I can lose a match. Of course, when we go, it's 50-50. It's not like just because I'm higher rank, I'm going to win, Of course, it's 50-50, and I should be able to accept if I lose. To accept and just to go on court and do what I have to improve. And I feel like this is what has been helping me for this year, actually. I've been trying to be more aggressive, just try to accept the process. And where I see myself playing well, in the top level, what will make me play good, and get my ranking up there is to be aggressive and just to to accept to, of course, I'll make mistakes and I will lose. Even if I'm playing my perfect tennis, I will lose, but then just to accept. And I feel like I don't accept just the fact that I don't have time, I don't have time. I don't have time. I need to make it immediately, and this is what
I gotta have time. I gotta make it right now.
And this is what gives me stress.
Pro. What does it take to be a pro? What is your life like being a pro? Day in, day out. The tournaments, the pressure, the everything, the traveling to tournaments and all of that, playing in different continents. What does that feel like?
I feel like
this, in a human perspective, like just like what does all this feel like? I'm in Morocco today. I'm in Turkey tomorrow. I'm in somewhere in wherever in the US and Nigeria. Like, what does all of this feel like?
Definitely, it's not easy, that I will say, but then it's like a normal life, it's like your job, you have to be disciplined, you have to be grounded. I need to be at work at a certain time. I have to be, it's like for you to feel good, like to wake up tomorrow, I need to sleep early, to feel good on the court. I need to eat, I need to eat well. I need to, it's all this, discipline and stuff, it's nothing... Yeah, it's nothing ordinary, I can say. But then also the traveling, it's really tough, because when you play pro, you're traveling every week, and this is really challenging and this is very tough. I honestly didn't think that we would travel this much. But then it's like we travel every week, every time. Like, my schedule is like I practice 1 week, I play 3 weeks tournament, it's like 2 weeks, I play 2 weeks, sometimes even 4 weeks in a row, it just... It's not easy, this part, but then also you have to be, at the end you are your own, you do your own administrative work, I don't know, is that, you do your own, like, receipts and all that, your own traveling, your hotel, your this, your train,
you do all of this,
it's not easy, really, this, but then at the same time, it's like, some normal person will be like, this is fun, but it's not fun, it's not fun.
I can imagine, I can envision like a young kid from Burundi. They want to be like Sada. They see Sada in this tournament, winning, winning tournaments, playing, like, just, like, literally the face of African tennis. Your country, like, you're the face. A lot of people look up to you, but what is one thing they should know? Like, all of this amazing things, accomplishments, like all of this. What is one thing you want to tell them that they might not know?
One thing they might not know, it's tough to travel. Every week, it's not easy, really. This traveling, this is what I will say. But then after, of course, it comes like with a lot of work, a lot of discipline, I would say, and I feel like, of course, it will be easier if you have like people around you. And I feel like for me, this is something that the journey, what makes it like fun,
group team,
a team that you have around you, sort of like, it's not only about tennis at the end, it's like, but then after it's like, we travel a lot.
During junior, did you travel in groups?
Not like this. Yeah, we traveled in groups.
But that was fun, right?
It was fun, you are with people, you are with, I mean, girls my own age, and it was like, but then now you're always alone. You're always alone, sometimes with your coach, sometimes not, just because it's expensive, you have to cover all his costs, and this is super expensive. But I mean, after, you make friends on tour, there's always a few girls that are nice, that you get along with, and some not, but...
Sada, I know a lot of players that have potential, that are super good, but they might not have idea how expensive it is to be. Like, from your perspective, how expensive it is to be a pro, and do you think attracting sponsorship or getting sponsorship is super tough? Like, just your, like, like what I guess what I'm trying to say is that how expensive it is to make it.
Yeah, it's so expensive. I feel like you need help, you need sponsors,
Okay.
also like from the federation. And I feel
Yeah.
like, unless your parents are millionaire
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
it's really tough to make it. And
Oh.
for me, I would say it's something that I've been super lucky with. I've found like investor to invest in me, and after if I make it, they win money. If I don't, they lose money. But then I've been super lucky to find this, because if not, it's really impossible. Because even the money that I win in tournaments, it's like it all goes to my traveling costs. But then where I train, that's paid for. Where I sleep, it's paid for. But then after, like, the cost for the coach, my cost, it's all me. And it's just I'm barely surviving. And some weeks it's like I don't play, just because it's like I try to play higher where there is higher prize money, and where I don't pay for accommodation. Some tournaments, you have free accommodation. You have hospitality. So it's just this how to, and it's super tough. Like, even me sometimes, I would like to go to South America and just play there, 4 weeks. I mean, it's also important to have a good calendar and where you choose your tournaments, because if you're all the time playing in Europe, it's super tough, it becomes super tough. So but here and there I try to, some weeks I play, some weeks I play French tournaments for money, and just to to be able to afford.
So with all of this, I'm gonna go, if not your biggest, you would be competing in the US Open for the first time next week. It's like, what is this? But you'll be competing in the US Open next week. What does that feel like, and what are you looking forward to?
I'm super excited. I cannot say how excited I am, really. I can't. And I'm so excited. But then also, I don't know, some people are like, wow, it's so big for Africa, for this. But then I don't think about this. I don't.
Also, like, thinking about it, like, you are probably there's no more than 4 or 5 Africans in the draw.
No, there is not. I'm super happy, and for me it's just like I feel very proud of myself to be able to be playing at this high level, and to be playing Grand Slam. It's I've been really dreaming for this, for so many years, to play. To play here, and also at US Open, it's really nice, the atmosphere and how they make the players feel, we feel so welcome. And for me it's just nice to be around, top athletes that sacrifice so much, and we play all year round just to to be able to play. And it's like also the prize money is not the same anymore, and so this, it's like, for me it's also amazing just to show like my game, I'm in the right path, and all this.
I'm sure a lot of people are excited, not just you, but you have a lot of people excited about this. So like you said, it's not just for you, but it's for people now. People who have someone to look up to. People like, what, if she can do it, I can do it. And you have a lot of people, I can promise you, looking up to you, excited about you being here. Some people would, they would cherish this moment for a long time. Good luck with the US Open, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning for a bigger, level of tournaments and all of that. And hopefully you go out there and win the entire tournament.
Thank you. I just want to say, like, for me here, where I have been, it's like I don't think about it, but then it's just like everyone has their moment and everyone has their time, and it's just like, it's just a matter of when, but then it's like, of course, you have some weeks where it's tough, you have some losses where it's tough to accept, you lose match points and stuff. But then it's like, if you keep going, just keep, just keep fighting, keep having, a tough head, and just, it's like, you are there, you never know how close you are until you keep going. And it's like, if you're doing everything right, you're working hard, you're, you're enjoying the process, it's all about the process, of course. There is no way it really won't make it. But I really do believe anyone can make it in tennis. There is no magic, there is no
we're rooting for you, Sada. A lot of people are rooting for you. I would, with all of this, we talked about the pressure, everything. Has there been a time where you want to quit tennis before? Like, you know what, I'm tired. I don't want to do this again. And what
Yeah.
helped you over? If there is one, what helped you overcome that moment?
I feel like I took a bit of time just to, to think about, like, really, if I'm not playing tennis, what would I do? What would I do? And yeah, also to just see, do I have other options, or like continuing what will, I mean, do I have help or something? Of course, this counts, if you don't have help and it's like you're not doing well and stuff, it's, you have to do other things. And for me, it's like I always feel this just in terms of, like, when I'm really having a bad time, where I'm having a few, back-to-back weeks that it's like I'm not doing well, and yeah, I feel like homesick and stuff like this, all this, it's really tough. Traveling alone for a while. I was doing this for a while, traveling alone for maybe 2 months, 3 months, and it's like I'm not doing well, it's kind of like, why am I getting tired? And it's like I'm losing money, I'm losing, it's like, yeah. So but then after, it's like I took time to think, and then also I feel like also change helps for me. I changed where I was training, and just to get a new, hearing some new voices, and and for me, and finding help, of course. Just be like, I feel like that helped for me.
So talking about where you train and all of that, that level in the Europe, you're in Europe, somewhere in Europe now, training and all of that. You've seen players in Africa training and all of that. What's the difference? What would you say they're doing differently in Europe that we're not doing in Africa? Or what's the, it's not like, what's the difference between the environment in Europe and where you train and compared to the one in Africa with the players in Africa? Like, we have the Billie Jean Cup, like all of those players from Ombi. So what are they doing differently in Europe than Africa?
I just feel like there is lack of, in Africa, it's like, first, there is lack of course, resources, you don't have enough, I don't know, materials, or like, at least I'm speaking of where I'm coming from, we don't have like gym or stuff like this, all this access to, like, balls and strings, we have, these things are limited there, and I mean, at least, but then in Europe, it's like, these things are normal,
like
these things, these are the,
everything.
and this is like the, this is basic to play tennis, this is basic things, so, but then after, in Africa, we have good, like, coaches, coaches, like, the players are fit, even if they don't do fitness and stuff, you see them running around everywhere. But then also for me, I feel like it's all this basic stuff that we're missing, basic things, like shoes, it's like, it's, I mean, for me, it's how I grew up, it's all this that I lacked, and for me, it's like, it's one of my goals, when I make it in tennis, it's like, to use my voice, to try and help all this, like my sponsoring clothes, just to, to send a few things, some things, few times a year,
Nice.
Same for your necks, like to have strings and all this, and because these are basic things. Sorry.
So, that's a lot. Like, just seeing all of this, like you say, the basic thing come, like same here in the, you see all of this. I was just out. I was out in Nigeria. I was in Nigeria last month, but just seeing how limited the resources are, but how much the kids are doing, how excited
really
they are,
how they are
into it they are. I was like, wow, with this little amount, but yet they're so into it, like.
But I will say also, it's God bless you for what you're doing for these kids, and because there are a lot of us that are in around the world, we are everywhere, but it's tough for someone to really put into it, and to just do it, so for you doing it, it's really nice, and really, it's really nice, because these kids really, they appreciate you, and like you say, it changes their life, it gives them opportunity, it gives them, it gives them a way to even dream, to be like, I have a nice racket, I'm gonna play like Djokovic now, it's like, You
No,
know,
that's so
really, it's
true. Yeah.
and if you look at it, it's just basic. Really, it's
Thing.
basic.
String,
String,
racket,
racket.
shoe. That's
Yeah,
it.
really,
They're
that's
not
it.
asking for more.
No,
They're
no, no,
not.
really, string.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, even like when I go home, it's like
Yeah.
even to find people to practice with. They're there to practice with me. They're happy to practice with me, but they don't have rackets.
Racket. Some of them no
You
string.
know, no
Racket is
string.
broken.
It's like,
yeah,
you know, I
yeah.
practice with them. I give them my racket, and you know,
yeah.
it's this. You know, it's so
No,
basic,
but,
and yeah, really, it's so nice what you're doing, and
thank
for
you,
me, it's
thank you.
I would really like to give back. You know,
Thank you.
just
Thank
to.
you. Maybe what we should do, we should invite her to Nigeria during one of our events.
Yes, I would love to, but yeah, no, but
Not
also
right now,
it's, but
obviously.
then also it's sad, you know, to
Yeah.
see, to go there and to know, like for me, what I get, you know, and then to
Yeah.
go to just be like, I cannot help, you know, as I can, you know, of course.
I mean, your presence alone, it's huge. Your presence alone, it's more than, it's more than everything.
Yeah.
Sada, I'm gonna move out of all of this tennis. We had an amazing chat, but I want to talk about more. Let's talk about like the basic things, right? Like, let's see, what would be Sad? What's your favorite city and why?
I don't have a city. I don't have time to think about a city that I like.
Among all of the places you've lived in, right? Casablanca, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Morocco.
France and all of
Yeah.
those places, not Paris, but Marseille, where
Yeah, I live.
and all of those
yeah.
places. So, but where would you say is your favorite? You've played tournaments a
Yeah.
lot of cities
Yeah.
around the world. Which of those cities is your favorite and why?
I mean, if we don't put tennis, because I go too many, like all the time, court, hotel, court, hotel, court, hotel, court,
Yeah.
hotel. There are some cities I went to, but I never visited anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm
fair.
just doing,
Yeah.
Court, hotel, and then sometimes I finish late, I just order in, all the time, But the cities I lived in, I would say, I think it's fair to say,
Okay, the one you lived in.
Yeah, I would say, I like Nairobi.
Nairobi?
I don't know,
Okay. Nice.
I mean, Nigeria I liked, just, there is so much energy, but then it's like, it was not safe. It was not safe when I was
What do you
there.
mean Nigeria? Where in Nigeria is not safe?
It was not safe. But then
Really?
the vibe was nice,
No.
really, when we went out and
Just give
stuff.
it to
was
Lagos,
cool.
man. Lagos is our favorite city. That's it.
But yes,
But,
and the people, they're just like,
the energy.
oh my God.
Tell me
yeah.
about Nigerian energy. The
Nigerian energy is insane, but you have to be super careful because they always want to get
It's
something
all-
out of you.
It's
all
all
the time.
love, Sarah.
Even the
I feel
police
it's
is
all-
like,
It's even the
I swear, when I arrived at the
Yo.
airport, the passport, the guy was like, my friend, what did you bring for me?
Wait, don't put Nigeria out there like that now. Come on now.
It's true. I get outside the airport like, my cousin, I know where you're going. Really, it's taking my bag.
My
I'm like, why are you taking it?
It's a cousin now.
I swear.
But think about it. Lagos is the best city in the world. Say it, Sada.
No, I disagree.
What do you mean?
I would disagree. It's not. It is nice. Like you have a
Yeah.
lot of things to do. The vibe, of course, the
Yeah,
music,
the energy.
the energy, the dance, and everything. But then it's
The
not
food, like.
I'm not a big fan of the food, but
What?
okay. Apart from plantains, nothing.
From plantain.
Yeah, it was so spicy. Everything. The rice was too spicy for me.
Everyone talks about spicy.
But I would say Ghana. For me, I like Ghana better.
Stop. You don't.
I like
Why would you
Accra-
compare?
Accra
Why would you say
better.
you like Ghana better than Accra better than Lagos? What are you talking about?
Probably this is not the best.
Where
place.
she wants to start fight now? She wants to start problem where there is no problem. This conversation is going good until you say this thing. All right, that's the end of it. But deep inside her, she mean Lagos is it's her favorite city and all of that. Thanks for letting us know. You're always welcome.
But yeah, it is nice. I like the vibe when I went there and met everyone, and it was nice.
But, thank you. Moving on. I want to say, what's your favorite food?
I would say rice. I eat rice and chicken from Monday to Sunday. It's okay.
Monday to Sunday, rice and chicken.
Or pasta. Simple.
Favorite music song, favorite artist.
I would say Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
Yeah, I like
I'm a
Burna Boy.
Davido. Davido is my favorite.
Really, is it?
What do you mean, really? Is it? Why is it?
Name a Davido song now.
Huh?
Name a Davido.
What is she talking about? Skeleu, Aye.
Ah,
We're talking about old Davido.
Old Davido. Okay.
Fall,
It's true.
Eve, all of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Davido. So Sada, before we let you go, for our young
Yeah.
player, aspiring pro that's looking at this now, watching this video, what word of advice you have to share with them?
The advice I have to share with them is like, yeah, trust in yourself. I feel like for me it's the best thing. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and just know you belong anywhere. You belong anywhere, and just and there is no like, oh, this one's is like this, they reasons and stuff. There is no limit to anyone or how hard you work. Of course, you know yourself more than anyone and how hard you work, so just believe in yourself and no doubt you're gonna make it.
Sada, we wish you all the best. We are always rooting for you. We would, everyone is rooting for you out here. Go there and do your thing. All the best. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.